is a paid promotion for Crayola Air-Dry Clay.
Welcome back, collectors and crafters. The good people at Crayola sent me over some of their big air-dry clay tubs to test out and get crafty with. Crayola Air-Dry Clay is a natural earth clay that is smoother, finer, and less sticky than traditional clay. It's easy to mold, easy to clean, and dries to a hard solid without the requirement of an oven or kiln. It's safe and non-toxic, allowing kids ages 6 and up to express themselves through sculpting, molding, and making 3D art. So Crayola sent me over 4 of their resealable 2.5-pound tubs of air-dry clay in red, blue, yellow, and white. There's also an idea guide that shows you how you can get creative with the clay by using different effects, custom colors, and even painting it once it's dry. So I'm going to use this Crayola Air-Dry Clay kit to attempt to create a rainbow and a unicorn. Starting with the rainbow, I'm going to combine the colors red and white to create pink. Then I mold and roll the clay into a long noodle shape like this and set it aside. Repeat this process with the color red. Then combine yellow and red to make orange. Then yellow. Then combine blue and yellow to make green. Then make a blue noodle. I decided to add some white to lighten the color a little. And finally, combine blue and red to make purple. Then we combine all the colors and shape them into a curve to make our rainbow. Oops, it looks like the pink one has dried out a little too much. So we're just gonna remove it and keep going. Once we have the desired curve shape, we are gonna go in and remove the excess ends of the rainbow. Then just leave it to dry. And we can take any of the excess clay that we didn't use and put it in an airtight container to use for later. Now we can get to work on our unicorn. First, I combine blue and pink to make purple. Then I twist in some white clay and smush it together carefully to create a marble effect, making sure not to blend it together too much. Now I have a marbled clay ball that's about the size of a tennis ball, which should be just enough to make my unicorn. So I break off chunks to create the body, the legs, and the head and neck. But I'm making sure to keep a little extra to create my ears. Now I just stick all of the pieces together, starting with all 4 legs, then the head and neck. And if you're going to try this project at home, I highly recommend grabbing something to rest your unicorn's head on while it dries. Now I'm going to take that excess clay and create my ears. I only need a tiny bit of clay for this. Then I just shape that clay into a triangle, and I'm using the opposite end of a paintbrush to create a half cone shape. I repeat this process again with the other ear and attach them both to the unicorn's head. Then I grab a toothpick and use it to create some detail on the unicorn's face, like a nose and a mouth. Then I grab 2 teensy bits of white clay and mold them into almond shapes to create eyes for the unicorn. I grab some red clay and mix together some yellow and blue clay with a little white to create like a turquoise color, which I break little pieces off of along with the red to make tiny noodles, which will be used for the unicorn's mane and tail. Now I'm going to grab just a little bit of yellow and shape it into a cone to create the unicorn's horn. And of course, attach it to its head, right between the ears. Then while I set that aside to dry, I clean up my surface, which is super easy. All you need is water and a towel. Okay, it's the next day, and my rainbow and unicorn are completely dry. Now, normally this says it takes up to 2 to 3 days to dry, but I put a fan on them overnight and they completely dried solid overnight. So now I just need to grab 2 big scoops of my white clay, then mold them into big cloud shapes with indents in the middle, which we will use to stick each end of our rainbow in. And then stick it on a hard, flat surface to flatten out the clouds on the bottom, and then set it aside to let dry. Meanwhile, I am grabbing some multi-surface acrylic paint and painting some hearts on the unicorn's side, giving the unicorn some irises and some pupils. And once everything has completely dried, I decided to cover everything with a clear water-based sealant. This just adds an extra layer of protection for our models and gives them a nice shiny clear coat, which makes the colors pop a little more. I also found some old clear glitter glue paint in my craft arsenal, so I am using that to cover the clouds on my rainbow and the hearts and the horn on my unicorn. Okay, who's ready for the reveal? Ta-da! Guys, I have to say I'm actually really impressed with myself. These turned out way better than I thought they would. I was extra surprised at how easy this clay was to mold, and especially how easy it was to clean. Look at these beautiful sculptures. So shiny, so sparkly, so solid. I just love them. Thank you so much to Crayola for sponsoring this video and sending me all of these fun air-dry clay tubs to play with. And thank you, collectors and crafters, for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you would like to get your hands on your own resealable tubs of Crayola Air-Dry Clay, you can find them wherever Crayola products are sold, including Walmart, Target, Amazon, craft stores, and even office supply stores. And as always, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.